Hello my loves, I'm Ellie Frost, and on this channel we're talking about the multi-dimensional approach to rapidly and radically healing and transforming during and after narcissistic abuse. And we take a multi-dimensional approach because this is a spiritual attack as much as it's an emotional, energetic and physical attack on our well-being. So the narcissist makes you not trust yourself, doubt yourself, doubt your version of reality, and question yourself more than you question them. One of the most awful things about these cycles is that we start not trusting our own gut instincts, not trusting what we think, not trusting what we feel, not trusting what happened, right? Because the narcissist is all about power, domination and control, which means that they want to control your concept of self, right? And diminish you, and reality, right? So, you know, classic things that narcissists will say is you're too sensitive. It didn't happen. That didn't happen. They'll lie pathologically, right? But this causes such an injury to our own self-esteem and self-concept. The biggest thing we lose in a narcissistic relationship is ourselves, our authentic self, right? We get disconnected to what I call our authentic power, which is being true to who we are and what we want and need, right? Everything becomes about the narcissist, yeah? Pandering to their needs, making sure everything's okay, walking on eggshells, right? Trying to become what the narcissist needs us to be rather than who we really are. So a big way to connect to who you really are again is to come back into your heart. You can literally just drop your energy down from your head into your heart and intend to do that. Staying heart connected, right? Rather than gaslit in our heads all the time is so important for a fulfilling life, because when we're connected to our hearts, we're connected to who we are, what we want and need. When we get disconnected from our hearts, too much in our head, ruminating, going over things, trying to figure things out, we're not connected to the source of actually what will make us happy and who we are, right? So from that place, we're easier to manipulate. When we're actually in our bodies and in our feelings and in our senses, we're much harder to manipulate. And when we're very sure of who we are and what we want and need, right, the narcissist can't control us. Happy and fulfilled people are the hardest to control, which is why the the longest stage of the narcissistic abusive cycle is diminishing and devaluing you, right? It's amazing to me how confident I was before like my latest narcissistic abusive relationships, and like I went through two after like being, really had confidence to go and do bold moves in the world, really trusting myself, really going out there. And I got in narcissistic abuse, two narcissistic abusive relationships, and like my self-esteem went to pot. I went from being able to move countries, travel the world, doing having my own businesses, doing things on my own, to being scared to go out the door. Yeah, I was that traumatized. So, sorry, it's really hot today. Kind of a bit hot and flustered. It's a boiling day today, but and I'm a natural person, so I get a bit, if I'm getting a bit sweaty, I hope you don't mind. I'm not going to redo the video because I feel like we're human, right? We can do this. And that's another thing. I'm confident now. Like, I'm confident enough to be a bit sweaty and tell you. I'm confident enough to share my authentic message and truth. But I promise you, I got to a point where I was scared to go. I was scared of everything. I was scared of everything because so much had gone wrong, and my self-esteem had been so eroded that like I just didn't know who I was anymore. I'd lost myself, I'd lost my confidence, I'd lost my strength, right, in lots of ways. I got it back, and that actually, if you join my program Sovereign, you'll get yours back too, right? Because becoming sovereign is about having a new relationship with ourselves, like really connecting with ourselves, right? Being strong in who we are, not like defensive and not not with something to prove, but just being naturally, effortlessly who we are, confident in that, letting ourselves go through our life journey, make mistakes if we need to, but like not lose ourselves again. It's baking. Not lose ourselves again in the, because when we lose ourselves, we lose everything. When we lose our connection to our source, our creator, our hearts, we lose the essence of who we are. And that is what the narcissist does. Remember, I teach you that subconsciously they're implanting two main subconscious patterns in your brain: that you don't matter and that you don't exist in your own right. The brutal way that they can discard you, like you never existed in their life. My dad did that to me. Like, I'm his daughter, and what, you can just it's easy just to cut people off, right? That's the narcissist. They've got no empathy, no compassion, no true emotional connection to you. They're incapable. Why? Because spiritually they're soul detached. So they're not attached to their like emotional body. The narcissist is not a tortured soul. Please see my video on that. They're not secretly sorry. They don't, this is what is so hard for us, right? We project empathy on the empathy impaired. Like we think, well, gosh, they must care. Don't they have days where they feel sad about it? No, no. They're completely selfish in the sense of only their needs matter, only their wants matter, and they don't have compassion, remorse and regret, right? Which is so hard for us to understand as empathetic beings. Yeah, they don't have a conscience, right? So remember, when the narcissist can't control you, they'll control other people's perception of you, hence the smear campaign. And they'll distort your, what makes us so stressed is like we don't trust ourselves anymore, and we don't trust our version of reality. We don't know what we're dealing with because the narcissist is a master manipulator. So like what they do is isolate you enough so that you don't trust yourself, and then you turn to them and you're buying into their manipulation, what they want you to believe, basically, because you're not sure what's going on, right? And that is the beauty. I say that not with immense it's not something I'm a fan of, but that is the beauty of gaslighting and lying and manipulating you to such an extent where you now looking to them for like a sense of things, right? You're believing a pathological liar. Narcissists generally are pathological liars, right? So because you don't trust yourself, and now they've isolated you most of the time from your support network, you're trusting them for the sense of like what's going on, what's right and wrong. You're using your logical mind rather than the wisdom of your energy field in your body, which is why Sovereign puts you right back in your body and right back in your energy so that you can actually use your intuition more, right? Because the narcissist gets us all in our heads and, they're very convincing. They're master manipulators. They're absolute master manipulators. So if you'd like to learn more about Sovereign, please check out the comments and please check out my website. Please keep liking, subscribing and sharing. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for watching this video, even though I'm a bit sweaty. Lots of love, guys. Happy summer. I'm so happy it's the summer, and I'll speak to you soon.